I've done this thing. I mean, to me, it's sort of fun because I think it's hard to. Well, for me, so far, it's been difficult to teach them like the value of like this $20 because like to them, it's hard for them to fathom. So we'll go through and I'll say, well, we can buy this mustard and it's 109, or we can buy this other mustard that's 359. And they're like, well, we always buy, this one. And I'm like, well, why don't we try this one and see if it's any different? Because then we end up saving. And then I have Teddy, who's like my little calculator. He's like, we saved $2 and blah, blah, blah cents.
Everybody's a calculator in the family, that's for sure.
Right. It's nice having a little human calculator.
Yes.
But for them to have these kind of ideas and conversations about, this is something that I did to save money. Or I'll say, like, yes, I would love to go out and eat so I don't have to cook and we don't have to clean up. But, that's going to cost us about this much money. Just having that continued conversation, I think, is one of the beautiful gifts of homeschooling because, it doesn't stop just because, today ended. There's the next day and you can, pick that right back up again. Or
Right.
they can see at the end of the month, like, hey, instead of spending all of this money this way, we decided to do this. So now we can go to, whatever it is that we wanted to do, that everyone said they wanted to do. That could be, going to the fair. For us, Busch Gardens is close by. So, we can do that for the day. But, just having those longer conversations that they can see it through, but like, in a month capacity, right? Of understanding budgeting or money, not in some sort of huge sense, but in that kind of sense.
The great thing too that you're demonstrating, I think, again, is maybe a thing I overlooked and realized as I was in the midst of it, is how much homeschooling allows your children to be a part of that process. The decision
Yes.
making, the trial and error, and the times when they can call out ideas that are better than yours.
Yes.
Or call out ways that, you're really not being consistent, or that maybe you're not budgeting as well as you could be because you're trying to, share that with them. And I think that bringing that humility into your homeschooling, where you're also embracing, with respect, of course, but embracing what you can learn from your kids, is also another way you're preparing them for adulthood. You're preparing them to have these back and forth collaborative kind of relationships that you and I know must happen if you're going to be successful in work, or you're going to be successful in a family or a roommate. So enabling them to have that with someone who's an adult is quite an advanced skill, and not necessarily something you would get if you weren't in a family dynamic, because we have a teacher, sort of a sage on a stage kind of approach, versus coming alongside and collaborating with our kids. So I love that you brought that up. It's a really great opportunity we have to help our kids prepare for relationships outside of our home.